Good evening and a warm welcome to a cooked tour with Rocket and our first destination, the Basque Country.
Vegetables, and as you can see, sizzle, sizzle, sizzle. And what I want to do is put the space there, top yolk right in the middle.
Good evening and a warm welcome to a cook's tour with Rocket and our fifth destination on the autumn tour, the Indigenous Outback. My name is Charlie Grant-Peterkin and I'm joined, as ever, by executive chef Ryan Stafford.
Hi Charlie.
Hello Ryan.
Good to see you guys at home.
And our wine guru, Lottie Levy. Good to see you again.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Good to
Thanks.
see you.
Yeah, no, what a place to come back to. What a menu.
Great. Well, it's good to have you
excited.
back. So a couple of weeks ago, we were in Bali. And if we refer to my map, Lottie, come and have a wee look as well.
Yeah.
We're on the jet skis, Charlie.
We're on the jet skis because we're just going
Bang.
bobbing over to the huge continent that is Australia.
God.
Yeah, and over here in the east we have Sydney. Over here in the west we have Perth, and a whole lot of land in between the two, and Tasmania, which I know we'll talk about a bit more later, falling off the bottom. Now, Ryan, quick bit of history for you. When do you think Captain James Cook discovered Australia?
I don't even know who James Cook is, Mr. Charlie.
Oh, come
so
on.
I'm gonna beat around the bush, no pun intended. I'm not gonna beat around the bush even. Tell me who it is. I would say, looking at the size of that beast, it's in a good old country, and discovery-wise, I do not have a clue.
I think we've definitely caught Ryan out here a little bit. Okay, I'm going to put you out of your pain and everyone else at home. We're celebrating 250 years of
Wow.
Captain James Cook discovering Australia. So that's 250 years since the first European immigrants arrived. But, and this is what is interesting about this evening's class, is that prior to that, of course, there's been 50,000 years
That's a long
of
time.
the indigenous population.
Told you it was a beast.
Yeah, and the indigenous population, of course, hunter-gatherers, thriving and surviving off indigenous produce, and of which 95%, believe it or not, can't be found anywhere else on the world. So that's pretty cool. And that's why, Ryan, I want to pose this question to you. What is the thinking behind tonight's destination?
As always, I'm going to try and keep it short. I just want to get the research for this has been incredible.
Yes.
Like, I'm talking out of all the destinations we've been to, I am out of my comfort zone, guys, tonight, honestly. And for you guys at home, if you see I'm a bit shaky, what's he talking about now? I don't actually know. It's all brand new.
nervous?
As a chef, I am nervous. And as a chef, that's what it's all about, discovery. We find new things, do new things, and it's live. You know, these things are really new to me. I've collaborated with some great ingredients, and I want to show you guys at home that you can have that excitement too when you taste this, be inspired, and jump on the trend.
Yeah, so we're sort of honing in on those sort of
We are, indeed.
indigenous ingredients and
we go.
those indigenous, if we want, sort of cooking techniques of fire and smoke. Before we had the modern conveniences of induction hobs,
We
refrigeration.
are indeed. Yeah.
So that's pretty cool. Now, I know that there's a restaurant in Sydney that you're a big fan of.
Fire Door,
Fire
in Surrey
Door.
Hills, incredible place.
Yeah, okay. Well, unfortunately, I couldn't get my hands on one of their cookbooks, but I did manage to bring from home the Heartwood cookbook. Now this,
Mexico.
yeah, this is one of, top 5 restaurants I've been to. It's incredible. And I wanted to show this to you for 2 reasons. One, it's got that sort of open plan kitchen with fire and smoke and danger.
Yeah.
Which I know is all about the flavours of this evening's cook-along. But also it just represents, too, that the Heartwood are doing exactly what we're doing tonight and Fire Door are doing in Sydney. And that is using indigenous ingredients and cooking techniques that have been going on for thousands and thousands of years.
Exactly.
So, there we go.
Wow,
we should
full
probably get
circle.
started, shouldn't we? But
should.
before we do, let me just quickly recap on the rules of engagement. So yes, you can cook along with us, or you can cook along later. The choice is entirely up to you. Of course, there is the ability to live pause. So we're going to rattle through things. We want to make sure that you're getting hot in the kitchen. But if it's too hot to handle, then press the space bar and you can pause and catch up when you like. There is also the live chat, okay? And we've got Michael on the live chat this evening, who's going to be sipping away at his gin and tonic. So please keep him company. Fire your questions to Michael. He loves a little bit of bants on the live chat. And don't forget, we have a hashtag, which is Cook with Rocket. So let's post some cool photographs of your creations at home. And I should probably remind you too, always check out our Cook with Rocket Instagram, because on there...
It's awesome.
Yeah, you get to see
There's
some of
a
the
lot of content, yeah.
behind the scenes stuff going on
Yeah.
in the development kitchen, both with food and with wine. So follow us if you don't already. Okay, enough from me. Ryan, what's on the menu tonight?
Let's go. So I'm going to keep it as simple as possible because there's lots to get through. We have got some incredible lamb with some smoked mashed potato as the star of the show tonight. We've got some stone bass with some lemon myrtle. We've got some beautiful, beautiful apples, some carrots, some carrot tops, some underripe citruses, truffle dressing, some beautiful stracciatella, which is like a creamy burrata, and some indigenous spices. So I really, like I said, I'm a bit nervous because I put a lot of research into this and I absolutely want to nail it. So
I also feel there's an elephant in the room, or should I say there's a fish.
Sheila.
We haven't
Sheila
introduced
the
her.
stone
Sheila
bass.
is here. Check
Wow.
this beast out.
Oh, hold on a second.
Oh my God.
Apparently, every time you see a fish,
Oh, Ryan.
I wish I
Oh.
I'm going to put that back.
Oh, wow.
I
That
can't
is,
believe you
I've had
did
an
that.
experience as a teenager similar to that, and I'm not going to. We're going to leave.
Leave it there.
Tell you
Okay,
what, water.
let's get on with the first dish, which is the
Jeez.
fire smoked
I'm
lamb.
gonna come take a seat.
We are.
and
I'm
observe.
going to try and get over that experience really quick. So, we've got some ready-made stuff for you today. We've got some lamb, absolutely incredible, Charlie. We've got some lamb, and the technique that we've gone through this as well is it's actually a really good technique. We've kind of sealed it over open coals, open fire. We've used indigenous spice in there called wattle seed, and it's got notes in it, really strange notes of coffee, hazelnut, honey, and almost like butterscotch, and a saltiness in there. So I've amplified that with some coffee, some wattle seed, some hazelnut oil, and the technique of sealing it over the fire, which I was doing earlier this week.
Yeah, and that actually means that we're going to do a first on a Cook's Tour of Rocket. We're going to do a brief cutaway to the development kitchen,
We are.
where we filmed Ryan earlier this week preparing the lamb for tonight.
Guys, so here we are, we're in the kitchen, we're at Rocket HQ. Come with me, I want to show you some. So, step over here. We're talking flavour like never before. We're talking Outback, we're talking smoke. Check that out. Now this is the first process, guys, that we're going through with this beautiful Launceston lamb shoulder, and you guys get to tuck into it tonight. It's absolutely beautiful. This is going to smoke in here for at least 4 to 6 hours, and then we're going to put it with the wattle seed, the miso, the coffee. It's just going to cook away overnight. It's going to be delicious.
So there we go. That looked
Amazing.
like a lot of fun.
Yeah, well, it was, and I do get pretty excited back at Rocket HQ with the team when we're busting away, putting all this incredible food together. So, first things first with the lamb. A little bit, if you joined us for Basque Country, we've done a lot of the work for you on this dish. So we want to get a pan of water on, about 1 litre, 2 litres, medium pan. We're going to pop those in. Nice, they're nice and sealed. They're just going to heat through, so they're delivered to you at the end exactly how I wanted. And the reason we've done that, Charlie, is because the lamb's cooked for a long time, about 12 hours in this case. And the potato as well, no disrespect, I'm a professional. No one's delivering potato like that. So I needed you guys to taste it at home, to know that your mash needs to be a little bit better. I'm going
So
to
that's going into cold water, or is that water we're bringing up
cold. This is cold water now.
Okay.
And then we're going to bring it up quite fast to a simmer, turn it down just below the boil, and we're going to revisit that at the end. But that dish is pretty much done, so nice and easy. So we've got a bit more
to?
room
So
to
easing
chat.
everyone in. Great. Okay.
We are.
Cool. So on to the next dish.
Next dish. So I thought it'd be great. We are going to fast forward to dessert. Just so I'm going to complete the dish, put it out in front. But you guys I'll remind you at the stage we're going to get to once we prepare, toast the apples. Just leave it in the pan and you can just rewarm it at the end and plate it like I will. I'll
Okay.
do that now to show you.
Right.
So some beautiful ingredients here. We have got a crumble, which takes me to my first indigenous spice, which I'll come to in a sec. Some native apples and some salted creme fraiche. Can you guess, Charlie, with some smoked butterscotch, where we're going with this bad boy while I turn a pan on?
Well, I mean, it's looking to me like sort of all the makings of some sort of delicious sort of tarty, appley, butterscotchy, sort of caramelly dessert.
Nailed it, with a twist, because I wanted to bring you guys as well. Not too many scary things, you know, I don't want to start throwing kangaroo, emu at you and stuff like that, with some tropical thunderstorms around Ayers Rock. I want to make you feel comfortable with some good experiences with a little bit of a twist for that experience we talked about.
Cool.
So in the crumble, you've got a nice vanilla crumble, and if you just have a look, open that up, have a
Yeah, I'm
little
going to
waft.
I also want to have a little look-see and a little taste at the same time, I think.
So it's a little bit spicy, not expecting it.
Really?
Yeah, so we've got in there Tasmanian, which is this here. I'll just pop I'll pop this on here so you guys can have a little close-up. So we've got here, it's called Tasmanian pepperberry. It's got like eucalyptus, a little bit of rose in there, pepper, Szechuan pepper. It's really big and punchy. And with the sweetness of the apple and the smoked butterscotch sauce, I think that'd be absolutely epic. So just like a little peppercorn, as you can see. So pop that down there. And the choice of apples that you've got in your beautiful boxes, we've got a russet classic crocodile skin, no pun intended. We're going to slice that really thin so that skin's nice to eat. Then we've got can't remember. It's beautiful. It's like a golden delicious Chantenay apple, and then we have got a russet apple. No, it's a kid's orange. Told you I'm nervous tonight, Charlie.
You are feeling a bit nervous.
But there's just so much to take in that I want to get. I've got to simplify it.
Well,
So
that's okay. We're also going to keep Michael on his toes because, you know, on the live chat, he can just, you know, let everyone know exactly what's going on with those.
because the chef doesn't know, of course. So what I want you to do is, with the apple, like I said, get a pan on. And I'm not going to say it because Charlie will probably start taking the mickey out of me.
Yeah.
Go on, Charlie. What we're looking for with
Blue
the pan?
smoke.
We're looking for blue smoke. And then we want to get the apple, the one with the thick skin, and just do a couple of nice slices, nice and thin with this one. So, and the reason we do that is so that the skin's nice to eat. Try a little bit of that apple. Lottie, if you'd like to try the apple as well. Just while we're chopping them down nice and thin. You can see the texture as well, how compact it is. And the reason it's compacted is because all these are organic apples from our lovely supplier, Natura. All wonky shaped, slightly unnatural looking, and that's because they're organic. They're just left pesticide free to do their jam, and they're slow grown, which gives them a real compact texture.
And these apples are sort of examples of the kind of apples that you would we would have in somewhere like Tasmania, which is, I believe, sort of the garden of Australia, isn't it, with that sort of climate?
100% as well. Not very polluted. It's kind of like it's its own little country, in essence. But it's a great place. Loads of indigenous spices from Tasmania. And then this one, a little bit more chunkier, a little bit bigger. That's because the skin's a little bit gentler. And that pan, so like I said, with a lot of stuff with smoke.
Yeah, it's beginning to smoke.
There we go.
I can feel the heat radiating it from here.
The smoke master over there.
I'm the smoke master.
And then we're going to leave this one really nice and big because this is a beautiful sweet. Now, I just want you to taste. First one, starchy, nice and compact.
Yeah.
Try that one. And I want you guys to tell me, so the guys at home, make sure you're tasting today. Every destination is all about trying the food. But today, try everything. It all looks like, apple, I know that. Try them all, taste the difference.
Yeah, you're right. If the first one had a sort of a tighter, starchier texture, if you like, this is a little looser.
A little bit looser, a little bit sweeter.
Yes.
And then also, try this one, but also smell this one as well.
There we go.
Boom. This one's my favourite. Kids orange, organic apple, beautiful. Kids orange, maybe because the kids will like it. It's really sweet. Don't know.
It's kind of floral. That's delicious.
It is, yeah. So nice and big on this one. Nice big chunks. All the chefs that ever taught me, if any of them watch him, be like, what is he doing? Smashing those apples up, just nice and chunky. Then into a dry pan. Now the techniques tonight that I want to show you are... No, I'm not going to do that.
Too high risk.
Yeah.
Okay.
We are live.
First, folks.
We are live after all. Okay, so all those into a bowl. If you have got a nice worktop, you can scrape off into the pan, and they go in.
Straight in, dry
Sizzle
pan,
straight
super
away.
hot.
Now, we haven't got an open fire, as we
We're in the
talked
studio.
about in the Heartwood, and we're in a studio. But we want to replicate some of those flavours, and we're going to do that. We're going to cook on high octane tonight. Get the smoke alarm covered, as we have in the studio. Blue smoke, we're going past that. We're going to try and burn some stuff, and rightly so. All that sugar in the apple, we want to toast it, caramelise it, and replicate some of these indigenous kind of cooking around the fire flavours and techniques. So sugar, toasting, caramel, butterscotch, spicy pepper. See where I'm going?
I got you.
Absolutely incredible. Smoking these up, and then we just want to pop the tiniest little bit of oil in there. Sizzle, sizzle, look at that.
Sizzle, sizzle. And that's just a neutral oil.
Yeah. Guys, just so you're ready, fire extinguishers. It's live.
Stand by.
There we go. So just pop this in the bin. Guys, get those smoking in the pan. Real easy dish to put together.
Yeah.
And also the butterscotch sauce. Have a little taste of this. Absolutely incredible. Give it a little open. Could you put the crumble into a bowl for me, please, Charlie?
Yeah.
My amazing
You're amazing.
Junior Sue, soon
Thank
to be,
you.
if he carries on, soon to be
Wow.
promoted.
I started the series
he
with
was
conscious.
promoted.
Sue Senior, yeah, no, he was washing up at the beginning of the series. Now look at you, travelling to the dizzy heights of the chef world.
I'll know when I've made it when I get sort of officially donned the rocket apron.
When you dress like this, kissing Sheila, you're there, mate. Honestly.
I've arrived.
That's the dream.
I've arrived. Okay, so I've crumbled in a bowl, butternut scotch sauce.
Yeah. So have a look at these apples. This is exactly what we wanted. We're getting
Holy
not
smokes.
just toast. Think about, we've talked about it before, the antipasti.
But you're
back
burning
in the
those,
day.
mate.
I'm not going to try the accent, but we are, and that's what we want. We've got sugar in there. Think of grilled peppers, your steak nice and toasted,
Yeah.
the Maillard reaction, the natural sugars caramelising, giving you that bittersweet, excitement on your palate.
Yeah.
What you see there, exciting, daring, new, great. It's going to
love
be
it.
just like that on your palate as well, and that's what we want, Charlie.
So you want the burn at home as well?
Yeah,
I mean, you can really smell it, can't you?
you can. I walked in today and I said, we're on high octane. Let's get the smoker detectors covered. I hope the guys did, because it's going off there. So that's that.
Okay, this butterscotch sauce, ingredients, what's in there? And you've offered Lottie and I a taster, and come on, where's the spoon?
There you go. Sorry, bad host.
Right, Lottie, here you go.
Just dip those clean spoons in there.
Lovely. Thank
No double
you.
dipping, guys. Different times.
Yep.
Now that is punchy.
Oh my God.
Bitter,
Oh, wow.
sweet, different, starchy, acidic apples. This bad boy comes in. Good night. Do we need any more food?
Oh.
That is delicious.
That is incredible. But I always, whenever I think of butterscotch, I just think of the things we used to have at school, the butterscotch tart. And I mean, that is just like, there's no comparison, is there? That is
So-
amazing.
I'm really happy that you've enjoyed that. And as I said, guys, I'm going to get this dish just the way I'm cooking tonight, and you guys cooking at home. I'm going to plate this now, but you guys just want to take that off now. As you can see on the overhead, nice and charred, but half raw as well.
Crunch.
Back in the day, the Aboriginals, the indigenous folk, could we say? The way they cooked, they weren't like, oh, can I have it medium rare? My sister wants it medium. They just cooked it. It was half raw, whatever. Times of travel, we got a bit more fussy. That's what it's about. Bittersweet, crunchy, soft, different shapes and sizes.
So at this point now, everyone at home, push your pans to one side, and they can just hang out until you've had all your delicious main courses.
Yeah.
And then you can finish this dish.
Yeah. So,
As Ryan's doing now.
yeah. So I'm going to pop half of those in there now, and then the sauce is going to go in just to wet the sauce up a little bit.
And is the pan, are you still on high heat there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's just going to, again, caramelise a little bit, as you can
So
see.
quite
on the
quick
overhead.
at this stage. You don't want anything to
Yeah,
burn, I guess.
I've taken it
There's
off the
butter in
heat.
there, there's
I'm
sugar.
glazing the apples just like a toffee apple,
Oh.
in and out. Just want all that sauce to loosen up, lacquer the beautiful apples that are there. And here we go. Absolutely beautiful, all caramelised up. Different
that's
textures, and people are like, oh, I like it like I get it at the supermarket. Well, tough, you're having it Aboriginal style tonight. It's going to be delicious, crunchy, different, brand new, with a whole new concept.
There's a
behind it.
haze of smoke between us and the
Yeah, there
cameras.
is. So I'll pop that there, just while it's hot. Just going to give that a little wipe. Okay, so I hope you enjoyed that, guys.
Great, and crumble
much as I
and
did.
does that get sort of loosely scattered on top?
So we do, and like I said, we've got in here, and this is a beautiful crumble because we've got in here some of that pepper that we talked about, Tasmanian pepperberry, and like I said, eucalyptus, floral, slightly rose, touched on turkey a little bit. There's kind of like citrus notes in there, but it's delicious. Nevertheless, I hope you can still see me tonight, Matthew. I'm in a good mood. When I'm nervous, honestly, you get a different Ryan. Kind of like a little bit of a scared animal.
Yeah.
Just do or die. No, I do know what I'm doing, and I'm very excited to deliver this beautiful dish.
Makes my job just even a little bit more nerve-wracking.
Yeah, there we go. So,
wow.
Absolutely beautiful, different crumble, flavour like you've never had before. Done.
Amazing.
That looks amazing.
Enjoy.
That looks so, so good.
So we're going to pop this just over here, which brings us. I believe we're going to have some wine as well.
We're gonna
today.
have wine.
Yeah, I think it's time. I think it's time for some wine. It's time to
calm the nerves, Ryan.
Yeah, see what
Told you,
Aussie
high
has in
octane,
her
guys.
bottle.
High octane.
So we've sort of touched upon Tasmania earlier when we were talking about the apples.
Yeah.
There's one for you, Ryan. So we are in Tasmania for this Pinot Noir, and it is just the most incredible part of Australia, really, because it is the coolest climate area. So what that means, normally, I mean, you'd struggle to sort of make, that's for you, Charlie.
Thank you.
You will struggle to make Pinot Noir in anywhere that's too hot. It's a really light, thin-skinned grape, and so it doesn't like, extremes, in short. But with this, you've got a really sort of lovely balance from we're on the east coast, of Tasmania, so you've got a lovely balance of the sea breezes, it sort of cools everything down, and also they have really sort of big fluctuations in terms of temperatures, which is great for the grapes because it really helps the ripening process and gives you just beautiful complexity and just a really, really lovely balanced wine. So let's try it. This is from Devil's Corner, so we're on, as I said, the East Coast, and it's a really sort of interesting place because if you look at pictures of their vineyards, I mean, it's literally on the coast. You couldn't be more coastal. And the way they farm is really fun. They get sheep in the vineyards, actually just running around instead of pesticides and herbicides. So they sort of munch down on all the weeds. And so actually, about the wine. So as I said, Pinot, it's thin-skinned. So as you can see, sort of colour-wise, it's really light.
Actually, the colour is fab.
Yeah, it's really, really beautiful, isn't it? And it's so, if you think about the Bulgari that we tasted, whenever that was, a couple of weeks ago, which was richer and sort of slightly darker, fruited. This, if you smell it, you sort of get really, really beautiful spiced plums, but sort of slightly more red plums. We're not talking like heavy, dark fruit here. It's not really jammy. It's not overly ripe fruit. It's just beautifully balanced. And a little bit of strawberry and red fruits.
Because my experience, when I listen to you as well, I'm like, do I say something? I know nothing about wine. And I was thinking, I'm getting fresher fruit in there as well. I'm getting almost like raspberry,
raspberry, strawberry. And wait, when you taste
acidity.
this, the acidity is beautiful. And again, that's from that cool climate. It means you're not getting overripe grapes. You're not having a real imbalance of sort of sugar to acid. And it's delicious.
Okay, I'm going in for a try.
Go for it.
I feel I'm getting to new levels as well with Sheila, where I might have to get her a little drink as well later.
I think Sheila wants a drink.
That is delicious, Lottie.
Isn't it lovely?
Stoned the crows.
Beautiful.
That
is good.
Beautiful.
Yeah.
And also, when you sort of think about this menu, you've got a lot of really different things going on. With that lamb, you've got the sort of coffee flavours that you mentioned, so that's quite a bold thing. But we've got fish, we've got the veggies with the kale, it's a lot going on. But I think this, whilst it's a lighter wine, I know, Ryan, you like sort of bigger, bolder reds, as you said before, but this sort of is I think, a real all-rounder and a crowd pleaser.
Well, it's the first time I think I've consciously known that I've had a Tasmanian Pinot Noir, because as you said, I mean, with Australia, you do think about those bigger, fatter, juicier wines.
Exactly, because it's so hot. That's what you're normally used to. And also Tasmania in general, if you're looking for something else quite interesting, they are really known for their sparkling wines. And, I mean, it's beautiful stuff that comes out of there, and it's just really great value as well. So we got this wine with Ellis Wines, and they're going to put together a little lovely mixed Aussie case for you guys to buy, and Cook's Tour exclusive, which we always like.
Great.
But I'll leave you to sort of sip and
Well, we shall
enjoy
sip
and
and
mull
cook.
over
And perhaps
the
have
next
some top-ups
dish.
later on.
Yeah, definitely.
Wonderful. Thank you, Lottie.
Thank you, Lottie. So,
Okay.
on we go.
On we go.
I'm a little bit cautious now of whether I just set fire to the whole place. It is hazy in here, but we're not going to stop. We're going to carry on to our next dish, Charlie.
Yes, indeed.
Are we
So,
ready?
We are.
So we've got, again, I wanted to celebrate some ingredients you may know, as my mum says. I really like, Ryan, that burrata that you got, that burrata. Sorry, Mum, if you're watching. Burrata, I think you're after, Mum. And stracciatelli is the inside part of the burrata, which everyone loves so much. So, Mum,
Yes.
get ready. This is the new burrata. It's absolutely delicious. So, as you can see there, and a close-up from the overhead, we have got that cheese that I've just talked about. And look at these.
Wow.
We talked about the A Cook's Tour Instagram. You see me being absolute, well, I'm not going to say what, but silly sausage throughout the week, and beautiful ingredients like this, loads of stuff from Lottie and the team, what we've been doing at Rocket HQ. And these arrived, and I've known these for about, these variegated kales as they're called, for about 3 or 4 years. They're pretty new ingredients, and they're seasonal for now in December, and I just really wanted to bring those to you, and they're great for kicking their backside on the grill.
Okay.
Absolutely delicious. So we're going to do that. Pan back on, nice and toasty. Everyone shaking a bit in the studio. That's good. Get your windows open at home. Get enjoying your cooking. We're trying to bring new destinations with new techniques and new flavours, Charlie. Isn't that what we're here for?
That's what we're all about.
Lottie?
That's what we're all about.
Exactly.
I mean, I've never seen, kale like this before, and I imagine everyone at home is probably thinking the same. But where can they go and find it? Where can they buy it? Where do we
Do you
find
know what,
this?
as well? If you look, you see, sadly, you see kales like this because there wasn't a market for them. They grow them and give them, plant food and stuff to look good in florals. You see these little floral in flower shops and stuff.
Yeah.
But as the chefs, we're searching for new things, and they get into the mainstream without all the plant food in, of course, and people get excited about them. And we create dishes and put them in boxes for you guys that you get excited about and get new experiences. So they've always been around. These were the cabbages before cabbages. And then they just kind of like the Brussels sprout. Apparently the original Brussels sprout doesn't exist anymore because it's been made to be sweeter and crossbred and a perfect size and a perfect season for Christmas, which is quite sad. But these grow all willy-nilly all through the year, mainly peak around now towards when the frosts come and they get really sweet, as the weather gets quite harsh. It's a great time to start eating them.
Cool.
So I'm just breaking them up here.
And you're removing the sort of the stalk or the sort of the...
Yeah, if I
stems.
was really a bit of a meanie, I'd say have a chew on that, Charlie, but you're never, ever going to forgive me.
Yeah.
Just breaking them up, and you can see, if you have a feel, we talked about feeling them as well. Have a little taste. You can eat that as well. You should be trying your raw ingredients to see where you want to take them, if anywhere. Now, they're sweet.
Do I want to try that?
Raw cabbage,
Have a
of
go.
course you do.
Okay.
Get it in your mouths, guys, at home. Get tasting. That's what it's all about. Get yourself an apron, a rocket one maybe, and call yourself a chef. This is all we do. We taste stuff. We are masters of our craft just because we taste stuff and change it slightly, little as possible if we can.
Any reason you're putting them into little piles, or was this for sort of decorative effect?
OCD. I blame my mum. Again, she's getting a good mention tonight. And just some pretty aggressive chefs being very organised. No reason whatsoever.
Okay.
And what we want to do is we want to pop those into that dry pan.
Yeah, nice and hot again.
Nice and hot again. You might hear them blister a little bit. Leave them for about 30 seconds while we plate some of the cheese. Now, this is a really interesting dish. I talked about ingredients you may know.
Yeah.
And those are truffle, burrata, some nice sexy rocket. If you go to a fancy restaurant on date night or something, you may have had, maybe just me, a bit spoiled. Do that? Everyone does that?
Oh, always.
Bit of truffle, it's Friday, let's splash out. Okay, so we've got a little bit of cabbage. We do have to try it, but that's why I know I want to cook it, because it's still in my mouth. So the cheese as well. Get it all. Look at that.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Gnarly, is that what they say down in Oz?
That's what they say down now.
Gosh.
It's mega.
Gnarly, mega, far out, all that.
Oh,
I'm a
yum.
dad. Come on, I just went there. So onto the plate like that, really simple. Let it kind of ooze its juice out and stuff like that. That is just a little bit of the buttermilk. Look at that, Charlie, already.
Wow, that's a
Sizzle,
quick...
sizzle.
Sizzle, sizzle. That's a quick turnaround.
It is.
And again, you're looking for a
waft.
bit of burn, aren't you?
We're looking for the burn as
Yeah.
well, and they're just going to crisp up. Now, the dressing that we've sent you is a Man Jim Up. It's got a great name, hasn't it? Man Jim Up dressing, which is here, hiding under the carrot tops. A little bit of a treat.
Setting into your eyes there.
Yeah, panic. But have a little waft of that.
You love saying that.
Waft. Is it a word?
I've never heard of it before until you
whiff
said
waff.
it.
Whiff waff. Sizzle, sizzle, whiff waff. I've got all the Ryanisms.
That's truffle mania.
There we go.
Oh, wow.
But, I mean, truffle,
Yum.
Australia, I'd never sort of connected the two.
So, as well, I had a friend that mentioned a couple of weeks ago that he just loved the sound on this. We're getting better every time. He said when you put those chicken wings on the plate, it would just crackle, crackle. You could hear the chicken wings crackling. So, guys, I'm going to do it again. Hopefully you can hear this. That person who said that. Crunch, crunch. And that's what we're looking for.
Okay.
Hear it on the mic. Are we there? Crunch, crunch, crackle, crackle, sizzle, sizzle. And then on to the plate we go. Real simple. Aboriginal style. I mean, come on.
That's cool.
It's a form of beauty, isn't it?
Wow,
That's really
Look at that. Like,
Colours
who's this
are
guy? He's wearing an apron, he's throwing it on the plate. But do you know what? That's what most of it's about. Making it look beautiful by not overcomplicating things. So my lamb and my potatoes have just come up to the boil, guys. So I'm going to reduce those down to the lowest heat because we're just reheating those in those nice little sexy bags. Now, here we go.
Come on, I asked about the truffle.
And I completely ignored you.
You did completely ignore me. You
So we're going back
away with your
Man Jim
sizzle,
Up
sizzle, crunch, crunch.
It's actually a burgundy black truffle that was taken, probably with some of the guys, with your friend Captain Cook out of Peter Pan. Is that the guy? So one of Columbus's boys.
Oh, wow.
He basically brought over some burgundy truffles. They planted them there, and they grow in parts of Australia, the cooler, more southern parts of Australia. Man Jim Up, as they call it. They use it in all the, not Michelin, but 1, 2 and 3 hat restaurants.
Okay.
And this is their down under truffle.
So we're being a little bit economical with the theme here, being not entirely indigenous, the truffle. It was brought with the...
like lots of the techniques, you know, celebrating Aboriginal spices in a land that wasn't theirs.
Yes.
So it's true testament to what it was and where it is, and we wanted to share that.
That's it.
So as you can see, a nice, beautiful kind of dish, and then just dress. And you notice I didn't season the kales, but just crisp them up. You've got acidity and creaminess. Unctuous?
Unctuous.
Keep bringing those words. I am getting better week in, week out. And then there's a little bit of salt, a little bit of parmesan, and that lovely truffle, and a little bit of shallot in the dressing, which is just going to pull it all
I
together.
love the colours on that.
It is a feast for the eyes.
Useful for December as well. It's just up there, isn't it? Screaming winter,
you
big,
that.
bold flavours.
Just because winter doesn't mean everything needs to be sort of, dull. There is vibrancy.
I get really excited about winter.
I love it.
I love it. Comfort. I want to eat. I want to stay in and just eat food, drink wine.
Well, and the publishing of the Cook's Tour, the winter series, is testament to that, isn't it? Some of the destinations that we're going to be nipping off to.
Should we take a moment? Absolute pure beauty on the overhead cam. Dish complete.
Well done.
So the apple pie's sitting aside for you guys to reheat. We've got the lamb ticking away, and here we go.
Let me pop that over here.
With that done there, and now
wild carrot time. Yes.
It is wild carrot time.
What?
But we're talking about all these ingredients tonight. Yeah.
Yeah.
You got this beautiful wine. Charlie's looking a bit panicked, and rightly so, because I would not be the chef Rye if I didn't bring some indigenous ingredients. Charlie, you seen it?
I don't believe
He did not know about this, honestly.
Shall I tell you why I don't believe it?
Go on.
Because just down here, Chef Ryan,
No.
I have my very own.
Are you serious? Did the guys in the studio know this?
I have a confession. I did
on.
know this. And I couldn't ruin the surprise, so I had to just let it all play out.
I didn't know you were doing that to me. I mean, this was my bush tucker challenge to you.
We don't need this food because we have got a feast going. Sheila's going to get involved in this.
Oh,
We're going to do it.
Okay.
You go first. You go first.
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm sort of flabbergasted here, but let me introduce the bush tucker that I have for you. We've got on the menu tonight, Ryan, crickets. Okay, but these crickets have had a lovely honey glaze. I've got some, these are called buffalo worms.
What have I done?
Yeah, what have you done? Mealworms, and my favourite is a crunchy locust.
Take a look at those.
Yeah. Well, do you know what, Charlie? It sounds like you brought some good things to the buffet. Because me, you, and Lottie do not think that you are escaping this.
Oh, God.
I have got, I don't know, these look like wasps. I can't even remember. It's from a reputable source.
Right, okay, let's do it. What are you going to go for?
Should we start small and go big?
Yeah, let's start small. These look ghastly.
Mealworms.
Mealworms.
Lottie?
Oh, fine. Oh, God.
Oh, great.
That's the face and the eyes and everything now.
No, I'm loving that. I'm loving that. It's lovely texture, easy to crunch through,
Weird, sort of powdery.
Yeah.
Slightly rancid.
sort of cocoony. Okay, next up. These look really hideous.
What are they? Wait, what are they?
That is a mealworm.
That is
So the
a
one before was a
mealworm.
buffalo
Are we doing
worm.
a
That's
couple?
mealworm. Yeah.
mealworm.
Like popcorn, you've got to get right in there, you know, plenty down the front too.
Okay, right, let's do it.
Sensational.
Do you remember I was talking about
that is
back in
dry.
Turkey about falling off my bike into the
Flaky.
bush? Similar.
That is similar. Same sort of, very similar flavours,
Texture,
just
yeah.
a little bit bigger. A little bit bigger.
Oh.
Okay, next up.
Let me introduce you to my friend that I don't know what it is.
I can tell you that's a cricket. It's
Cricket.
whether it's been honeyed. No, I've got a honey cricket.
Yeah,
so
I'm going
Lottie
to
and I
go
are going to have a honey
for a
cricket.
honeyed one.
And you can go au naturel.
Okay. Oh, they look.
wow.
They really look.
I'm
They
going for a
look
few.
grim.
They've got little faces.
Yeah, I got two. I don't want to think about the faces, Ryan. Thanks.
Actually, those are delicious.
I don't like Marmite. It's really
I think
similar.
delicious is a stretch, but
No,
the
no,
flavour's
no.
fine. Yeah.
No. Aha, okay, here we go. To finish,
Sort of
Who would've
cinnamony,
thought?
a
actually.
locust.
The master himself,
Oh,
as you
they're
call me,
big.
cringing a bit.
Yeah.
I don't want to think about their faces. They've got really big faces.
The trick is don't
yeah.
really look.
Okay, don't look. Here we go.
If this wasn't live,
Oh,
I'd be sort
crunchy.
of hiding under the counter by now. But
Is that buffalo
got brave
flavoured?
faces.
Was that one?
Oh, they've all got faces. Who would have thought you would
Oh,
see
Ryan.
me like this?
they're not too bad.
Come on,
actually.
Ryan, I've done it. Charlie's done it. That's actually
Mike.
fine. There you go,
Very
go
good.
for it. Oh, lovely.
Wow.
Well, that was an experience.
So there we go. Bush tucker.
You put yours away, I'll put mine away.
Yeah.
Awful stuff.
Right, Ryan, let's move on.
Okay, so we are, I don't know where we are. We're in Australia somewhere.
We're in Australia somewhere.
Eating bugs.
And we've got some pretty cool looking carrots.
We have pan still on, replicating that beautiful. Have you got any more wine, Lottie? I've got cricket paste
Oh, gosh.
around my mouth. Okay,
I'll sort you out with a top up then.
I'll pass that over. Okay, so we've got some carrots. We had carrots. When did we have carrots? Weeks and weeks ago in the barges. We had some amazing roots in there. Yam, sweet potato, and these beautiful carrots. No naughty carrot chat tonight, because we just want to get straight in there. My wife will say, "You're not peeling those carrots." I'll say, "No, because they've been jet washed and they're lovely and clean and all the nutrients are in the outside. It's great for our little baby, great for Charlie and Lottie, so we're not going to peel them. We're going to cut them, the end off because it's a bit stringy,
Yep.
and we're then just going to go nice and thin. Nice and thin. Now we want different textures, so we just want to get, as you can see, I don't know if you can see on the overhead how thin, bit pound coin and a half
Yep.
thickness. Just put those aside, and as you can see, put that there just so you can see on the overhead how beautiful that is as an ingredient. Heritage carrots, red carrots, orange carrots, no fancy names. Just a heritage seed variety that they let grow all shapes and sizes. And we'll keep that skin on.
And these presumably are native to the UK, are they?
They are, I talk about, well, this is Australian ingredients, but we are supporting our suppliers right now as much as we can. It's very important for me not to fly stuff from around the world apart from the spices and the beautiful stories about Peter Pan and Captain Hook that you mentioned earlier. Really exciting stuff, Charlie. I'm, like I said, ever grateful. Sorry.
As am I.
Yeah. So, beautiful rose-coloured. They're almost like jammy colour, aren't they? We haven't got jammy in the wine this week, but we've got it in the carrots.
Right, I'm sneaking in because actually I want to try one of those.
Why don't you try, Lottie?
Yeah, I'm gonna
Get a
try.
bit of mealworm kneecap
Yeah.
out of your mouth. Get that involved. So, pan on, smoking. Now,
for you,
really
Ryan.
interesting spice that we've got here. Thank you so much. All those carrots go in, and you guessed it, guys, we're going to scorch the life out of them.
Yes.
Loads and loads and loads of sugar in a carrot.
Right.
We're just going to add a little bit of oil to this one. And the reason is just because they're a little bit more bulkier than the kales. We want to dry the kales out, and we want to scorch these bad boys here. Do you know what as well? I just realised that we forgot about this beautiful citrus
Heavens.
in there. We should have saved a little bit of money, shouldn't we, in the budget? But that wouldn't be testament to what we're doing here. We have got a beautiful
Oh, wow.
pink navel orange, and it's unripe, so it's really acidic. And with the bitter kales, with the truffle, this works perfectly. So I tell you what, when we were doing the kales, I would just advise you to go in this pan now and add them to the salad.
Okay.
So we'll do that. Do like, just going to put them in there. Sizzle, sizzle, as I like to say. And you can see that, absolutely beautiful. Smell the floral notes in there, guys. Absolutely stunning.
Yeah.
Now, this dish is paying huge testament to the Aboriginal spice because we've made a dressing. Rosella. Do you know anything about Rosella, guys?
Mm-mm.
It's like it's described as a wild hibiscus. So you see hibiscus in a nice kind of what's the drink that you get? The champagne when you put a bit of fruit in it.
Bellini.
Bellini or
Rosini.
Mimito. Don't know. Some just doing my own thing tonight.
Mimosa.
Mimosa.
No,
there we
that's
go.
with orange juice.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
But you do get. I have had a hibiscus one before, with some hibiscus and some orange juice in there. Hibiscus mimosa.
Oh,
You
fun.
put a little bit of citrus in there, and I've kind of thought those nice sweet carrots with this hibiscus, and we've got some macadamia, which is an indigenous nut to Australia, and dare I say it, our accounts department are going to be straight on, so I'm going to leave in an Uber straight away after this because they're the world's most expensive nut. Yeah, and they are in there. In full form, loads of them. Macadamia nuts, that's it. We're living a life tonight. Rosella fruit in there, which is nice, sweet, tangy, slightly jammy. And it works with the nice kind of like toasted, bittersweet carrot that we're doing right now.
Well, it's also looking very festive. It could almost be sort of cranberry sauce.
It is, Charlie. I still can't get out of my head what you've done. We're as bad as each other, aren't we?
That is extraordinary.
So have a little smell of that. The nuts kind of. I really toasted them, almost took the nuts past where you should, so they become
Savoury notes to
bitter,
it.
creamy,
Oh, wow.
and they almost had a bit of smoke in there, fighting the sweetness of
Wow.
that hibiscus.
That's
You're right.
so
It's not what you're
interesting.
expecting. You're expecting it to be sort of
Sweeter.
sweet and jammy, but actually it's very savoury.
And that's what I was saying, where I was a little bit nervous, Charlie,
Yeah.
about tonight, because it's all brand new, it's all very experimental. It's kind of like, let's test it, the chefs like it, if you guys try it at HQ and we're like, this really works, let's get it out. And we would love to hear you pepper in, Michael, with your thoughts right now on what you think of all these spices.
Yeah.
Amazing. So
Let's have a
carrots.
look. So carrots, I saw you sort of flipping them over, sort of gay abandon with your hands.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the citruses, you're getting, again, just a bit of colour on them. Everything is pretty
Yeah,
charged.
and like I said, we sorry about the metal on metal, but I'm just moving these around in here, just trying to toast them up. And again, we've got soft cheese, lightly crunchy kales. We're not really focusing like we do in the kitchen day to day in this destination on making sure everything's nice and soft and stuff. We want different textures, the unexpected approach to an apple crumble, the unexpected approach to a cheese salad, if you like. And we're doing that with the carrots as well. We want some raw, some slightly crunchy, some nicely toasted, and that dressing's just going to harmonise and bring everything together.
Brilliant.
So amazing. So,
Yeah, and the unexpected approach of eating some critters as well.
yeah. Grim.
Grim.
Absolutely grim. Not for me. They say it's the future, though, Charlie and Lottie.
Oh, yeah.
They say the future is, there's loads of them around, no one's eating them, apart from a few birds down there where I live. That's us now. Okay, so that citrus can come out. And as I said, guys, you've got that in the side of the pan. Great for me messing up before a little bit. And we're just going to show those on the overhead. And you can see, beautiful. We're just going to bring that citrus out there. Now, this is a pink navel, and it was green, orange on the outside because it was slightly underripe, and it works great. It works very, very nicely with that salad. If you just very kindly bring that back, Charlie. I love it. Can you smell that perfume? It's absolutely stunning. So I just plonk some of that around there.
I know we said we love the colours before, but actually adding that, it just really lifts it, doesn't it?
Yeah, and then just kind of cover it up, just lay the salad a little bit so each mouthful you get, it's really unusual, different acidities, different bitterness of the underripe fruit delivers to the dish. It's really, really amazing.
Great.
So,
Well, there we go.
there we go. I'll just have a little wipe down, and then I think we're ready to plate our absolutely glorious carrot dish. Really simple cooking techniques tonight. But if you can imagine, you're around a fire, a couple of, what are the beers called?
It's not Foster's, is it?
Well, are they called
Aussie's not
schooners?
down. Well, schooners is their equivalent
Schooners.
of a pint. Yeah.
Yeah, so a couple of schooners round the fire, Lottie's got the wine, you know, we're having a good old time, and we're just cooking and eating. That's what we're trying to replicate. It's not really simple cooking.
Yeah.
Big flavour though. Okay, onto the plate we go. And we just want to pop that dressing on lastminute.com, as we do. Smoke again, really, really important. That's the sugar in the dressing caramelising. It's almost got this, like a little bit of char siu number going on it. There's a little bit of soy in the dressing. It's absolutely incredible. And people are like, that looks really unusual. Wait till you try it. There's salt in the dressing as well. So because all these new spices, I've tried to guide you guys at home by just adding the seasoning for you, so we can just concentrate a little bit on technique.
I'm going to grab a fork in a moment, and actually I'm going to go on that. Yeah.
I would love that. Well, like I said, we've been trying the raw format.
Yeah, well, that's it. Thank you.
Okay, so a few carrot tops to finish.
I'll let you finish first. Never interrupt a chef.
Is that okay? Thanks, Charlie. Very nice. This keeps me on my toes, don't you think, Lottie?
Yeah, so carrot tops on top. I love that. I love using the complete vegetable.
What do you call it? Top to root, root to top?
Yeah.
Top to 10.
No,
But things with garnish.
I'll settle. I'll just shut up a little bit.
In my view, garnish is, it's got to be playing its part in the dish, isn't it? It's not just there.
Yeah,
it's got to be playing
the
its role.
age-old kind of like fish and chips back in the 80s. I mean, it's probably about 2 or 3, so I don't remember. But from the photos that I've seen, what's the parsley doing there? No one's just gnawing on a stick of parsley, are they? Awful. But carrot tops, they taste absolutely delicious. They've got a kind of grassy little floral note to them. If you break the little small bits off, they're beautiful to eat.
Yeah, you can have a go.
Yeah.
How's that? Beautiful. Do you like it? So there you go, guys. You've got half a dish left of the beautiful Rosella macadamia and lovely dressing with the carrot tops to finish.
Brilliant.
That is so good. Sorry, that took me ages to, sort of chew a process. But oh my
There
god,
you
that's
go.
delicious. The flavour is amazing.
So we will
Flavour's great, and the texture.
We'll just
I've never
pop.
tasted anything like it.
We'll just pop that up front, and then I wanted to talk a little bit as well. I wonder if you could very kindly just move that over.
Yeah.
I've got something for you to try here. So here we go. We've got this beautiful, beautiful fennel. Now, out of all these spices that we talked about, guys, we've just talked about the Rosella, which is like the hibiscus. We've had the Crumble with the beautiful kind of Szechuan pepper. You know, I'm comparing here, but it really is its own thing. The Tasmanian pepperberry, that's the one. All brand new to me, like I said. And then lemon myrtle. There's loads of Aussie chefs in London that I've worked with over time. And I've had loads of fun with them, but I've never mentioned these amazing spices. And then when I've started asking a few of my friends about them, they're like, oh, yeah, it's like lemon balm, yeah, it's like this. I've tried it. It's nothing like that, guys. What are you talking about? Get your chops around that, guys. Get a little bit out of there. It's a pickle, so there's a bit of vinegar in there and a bit of sugar. This is to cut through the fish like lemon, so don't take a massive mouthful. If you guys at home, get your forks out now and try that. Bonkers flavour.
I love it.
That is madness. I love pickled fennel. People just don't use fennel. But you've got a lovely...
I love that sweet and sour. It's so good.
And it's strong. It's like Earl Grey tea. There's lemon in there. There's a woodiness. There's a freshness as well, and a citrus note right at the end.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's good. Okay, let's have that back.
Amazing. So we've got the fennel. We have got the cress. That's for the lamb later. So you will have at home, guys, this beautiful marinated stone bass. Sheila's pal.
Poor Sheila.
Yeah, poor Sheila's pal, more like. We've got this beautiful fish, and I've been chatting to Charlie for some time and the team behind the cook's tour about when are we going to teach people to cook fish. Guess what, guys? It's going to happen. But we're going to do it a bit aggressively today. If you're doing it on a barbecue, you'd use a real fatty fish, barramundi, bass, trout, something, and you'd usually go quite big. So you've got a nice big kind of chunk in there. But, we're going to go skin side down with some oil, crisp up that skin, and bass, Sheila's pal, is absolutely beautiful to do just that.
How incredible.
Yeah.
So all the portions, the fillets that everyone at home have received, they've been filleted from fish, very much like Sheila, at Rocket HQ this week, yeah?
Sheila's family.
Oh, come on.
No, Sheila's friends. Sheila's friends. I'm a chef, sorry. I do respect these beautiful ingredients, yeah. And the they have been filleted just like fish. But I talked about those big pieces as well. Sheila, head to tail. We haven't given the tail, but you may get a longer piece. It's a very fatty fish. It'll be very forgiving in the way we're going to cook it. But if you're a bit like, mine doesn't look like his, that's fine. It's a big fish.
Okay.
All the portions are the same. So we're just going to take it out of there. I've just got in there, because this fish is so beautiful, the flavour. Really simple. Give it a little shake, like that. And then just so you can see that skin on the overhead.
And is that olive oil, or with it sort of marinating in?
Yeah, just a little bit of olive oil and a clove of garlic.
A clove of garlic.
Yeah, I mean, the garlic, the rawness is going to be cooked out, but wow, when you're marinating fish, if you need to, don't overcomplicate it. Some nice oil in there.
Yeah.
The fish is going to give a lot of flavour, and the garlic in there. The rawness will go, and you'll get that caramelised garlic flavour.
I have to say, it's a beautiful colour and a very deliciously looking thick piece of fish.
It is. It's beautiful, and I've been working with a fantastic supplier now for 10 years called Daily Fish Supplies, and they care about everything, sustainability, MSC, Marine Steward Council, which just falls under where they protect fish. So, you know, as a chef, I can stand here very proudly saying Sheila and her pals are being looked after in the best way possible, and that's what we're all about at Cook's Tour. So
that's really important.
Daily Fish Supplies, check them out, amazing. Let's get cooking. I've got a pan on, it's just been ticking away in the background, and we're just going to go straight in.
Great.
Again, there was a little bit of salt in there I didn't mention, just to firm up the fish, which is good if you're marinating, but also to season the fish.
I'm just going to saunter over here and watch, because this actually is
I love that sound.
This is a fish cooking masterclass.
Sizzle,
I knew you were going to say it.
There we go. Do you know what? These Ryanisms, I'm the youngest. I'm the youngest of four.
Someday.
I'm the youngest of four, and I just got the mickey taken out of me. I had to be different. Or maybe I was different, and that's why they took the mickey. I don't know what order it came into.
So they've been oiled, so they can go into a dry pan. No need to put any extra oil in there.
Yeah.
Or I spoke too soon.
I'm going to put just a tiny bit over the fish, just for it to drizzle down under.
Yeah.
Now, they're quite small as well, so we're going to toast one side. My beautiful deck here, look for the right tool, here we go. And because that's a nice hot pan, we just wanted to char that, and then we're going to turn it over just before we do. Nice bit of charring, guys. I will just show you on the right camera, as you can see. That's all you want.
Okay, so not long, 30 seconds, a minute.
Yeah.
Always skin down first.
Yeah, always skin down first, and then we're going to reduce that heat. We're going to reduce that.
Okay, so turn the heat down.
Turn the heat down.
Too, no prodding went on there at all.
No prodding, and as you will notice, lots of smoke. Again, technique, every single dish. They're going to hate me in the studio forever. But this is what we're trying to do. We're cooking over open fire, at home, windows open, tell the neighbours upstairs, right to left, what's going on, so they don't get panicked. And we're going to cook like this, like the indigenous spices, true testament, open fire cooking in the house.
Yeah. And how long do you think this is going to be on there? And when do you know when you're getting close? Because you don't overcook it, do you?
You know, you're probably looking about, probably now, pieces of fish like this, probably about 2.5 minutes each side. But I'm going to turn it probably each minute. Okay. So I don't know, should we plate the lamb, or do you think we should just plate the garnish?
I think let's carry on plating the fish, and then we'll come back to the lamb in a sec, because I think everyone needs to have their eyes on the pan.
Awesome.
But whilst you're plating, what do you look for in in fish? I mean, the stone bass here, is such a beautiful example. And you said when it arrived at Rocket, it was what was it? It was stiff.
Stiff alive.
Stiff alive.
And if
what are you looking for?
If my good friend Dave Maniloff from Daily Fish is watching, I promise I would talk like the true fishmonger. Stiff alive, that mate. Stiff alive. And that was half Aussie, half Londoner, just in case you didn't know.
There's no mansion there too.
I'll stick to cooking. But yeah, beautiful fish. Sheila was probably swimming around less than 3 days ago.
Wow.
And that's what they say, stiff alive. When it comes in, it's almost stiff alive, but it's not.
So really
freshness.
Super stiff. Eyes, gills. Do you look at those?
Yeah. So a good way to look. I mean. I don't want to get my hands too messy, but lifting up the gills, nice blood red kind of colour is what you're looking for. Yeah. Eyes nice and clear, great sign of freshness.
Okay.
We're just going to turn that over again, real big charring. Don't worry, this is a big fish and it can carry that flavour. What I'm going to do is as well, just to show you, you've got your lamb water on. Lamb water sounds pretty gross, isn't it? You've got your water that we're sous videing our mash on. Just want to now lift it off. Just going to, a little bit of a secret. Skin side up.
Skin side up?
Skin side up.
Yeah.
And then we're just going to go on, Lottie, you do it this time.
Oh.
sizzle, sizzle.
Oh, yeah.
There we go. Blue smoke has migrated to sizzle, sizzle. And this is just going to sort of steam finish the fish. Great technique to show.
Really?
I do this on the barbecue sometimes. It's just going to kind of steam through. By the time that water's gone, in about a minute, that fish is going to be cooked. All my experience tells me that, but what you're looking for, if you don't have the confidence experience that I do, is just kind of pinch the side of the fish, and it's kind of like...
Oh.
There we go. Nice and firm. Beautiful midsection of Mr. Charlie. Yeah, and you just want it to kind of, oh, that's a bit soft, but it's stiff alive, still all in one piece. So that's what we're looking for with the fish. We can just feel that there now. I said 1 minute, probably about 40 seconds. So let's plate this and then go back to that fish. Now let's just get a little bit chefy. Just dance that around the plate a little bit so that when you're eating it, I like to plate Charlie or Lottie, I don't know if you've noticed, in a manner that allows the diner, you at home, you guys, to kind of just get a bit and make sure you get everything of the flavours that I intended for you to get in one mouthful. Not the grandma, peas, carrots, beef. You end up just annihilating one of them first and not experiencing the flavour combined.
I also note that you sort of let ingredients sort of quite naturally land. You don't then start pushing things around. How they fall is how they stay.
It's a bit like fashion and music, you know. Being a chef, you've got 20 voices in your ear teaching you the techniques that you need. And then you get the experience, and winging it comes from experience, not winging it because you don't know the answer.
Yes.
So just throw it on the plate.
As you
with
say,
all
that
that
water
experience.
is completely gone, hasn't it?
Yeah, it's gone. And as you can see, I don't know if you can just see it, I'll just show on the overhead here.
Move that in a bit. There you go.
So you can just see here, it's just flaking there. And also, so on the outside. Perfect. Yeah. There we go. We are absolutely loving that. Loads of people looking at it going, burnt his fish. Check him out, professional chef, burnt it. No, I haven't. It's absolutely beautiful. Charred on the outside, open fire technique in a pan. Smell.
It smells like it's come off the barbecue. It really does.
Amazing.
It's great.
Amazing. Well, that's it. Really, really nice and simple. I'm going to play around. This is for the lamb, but I just think as well, just celebrate a few of those. We've got some nice little herb shoots here. And just takes it. I mean, come on. We said we were going to go back to the roots. Captain Hook, Captain Cook, and his friend. But we were going to celebrate a Michelin star level, and that's why I'm plating really free. Yeah. And I'll just leave that there for you guys to look at.
That's beautiful.
It looks beautiful.
Now look, let's get the lamb out.
Let's do it.
We've got 5 minutes or so of time left.
Perfect. Perfect amount of time for that lamb that's just been ticking away in the background.
Yep.
Get ourselves a nice little cloth here. You're going to love this one. You talk about me just letting it land. I call it throw-in sometimes.
Okay, land better than splat.
Yeah, now this lamb is meant to be... We talked about this, Charlie, in the development stage and research, and you were like, is it missing some mash? When you try this mash, you heard me quite arrogantly at the beginning talk about my mashed potato.
Say, you know, should we talk about mash and do a bit of a masterclass in mash?
Here's a little bit of a masterclass, guys. Wind this up and just slide it over like that. I'm just going to drizzle the lamb over the top. This is one of those dishes, you just want to scoop it up, almost like a risotto. Get yourself a little pair of tongs or something just to pick up that lamb. You'll notice as well, the lamb sauce here, Charlie. Just turn my hob off. There we go.
Gosh, we can relax now. The cooking is done.
There we go. And again, just empty. You'll see how it's quite a watery sauce.
Yeah.
So just get some of that sauce on the plate there, and you'll see the natural oils that have come out of... there's some hazelnut oil in there. Ooh. And I wanted to show that on the overhead. Get some of that. Smell that. That's the wattle seed. Yeah. That's got depth, hasn't it?
Oh, and again, I can smell the barbecue.
Awkward carrot.
It's all there.
In the top. You may have one of those. And then some of those chunks of lamb. Now, not roadkill, ladies and gentlemen, in little chunks, but lamb cooked for about 12 hours with the most amazing smoked mash.
Look at that.
Yeah,
look
at that. I mean, shall we do it for the guys? Let's do it. I didn't need to. Look at that. Falling to pieces, melt in your mouth, wattle seed, coffee, hazelnut, honey, braised lamb, 12 hours in your home right now, ready for you to tuck in.
Incredible.
So, there we have it. Some lovely bits of crest on here. So we've got some red amaranth, a little bit of red amaranth, a little bit of nasturtium in there. We've got some rocket, mizuna, pea shoots, just freshening up the lamb a little bit. If you want to go to town and put the rest on, do feel that you can. Let's bring these dishes back, Charlie.
Let's bring them all in. Let's move the board out of the way.
Okay.
We're going to just
Do
you know what?
Hold that for a sec, Chef. Apologies.
I'm not going to lie.
Let me manoeuvre that.
I said at the beginning, I did not know what I was doing. I did.
You did.
But I was nervous because we've got loads of new flavours here. And anybody that doubted, oh, Outback, what's that going to be? A bit of kangaroo. Get your chops in this and you decide for yourself, because I am very, very happy and can't wait for you two guys to get stuck in.
Wow.
There we
Really
go.
excited,
Neither
Ryan.
can we. Would you be so kind to reintroduce all these fabulous dishes?
With absolute pleasure. Hopefully paying huge testament to Aboriginal cooking, Indigenous spice, and all the people that tuned in. And for you guys, here we have some stone bass, Sheila's friend, with some beautiful lemon myrtle pickled fennel, rosella macadamia toasted carrots. We have some wattle seed braised lamb with smoked mashed potato, the most incredible Tasmanian pepperberry crumble with man jim up, truffle, and unripe citrus toasted kale salad.
Wow. So exciting, and always so exciting for us to see all these dishes come together live to you guys at home. So, take your photos, please take photos, and use the
Dude,
hashtag.
I would love to see them.
Because, we've got to
Make
let
sure you
Ryan
tag
see what
us.
he's up to.
Yeah.
And tag us too. Great. Come on, Lottie, what are you going to
Oh my
try?
God. And do you know what? I think that lamb is just
Look at it. Look at the way the
absolutely-
oil just splits
I
around the
know,
plate as
it's-
well.
Yeah.
It just
As a
looks
chef, I want to thicken the sauce, make it glazy, make it stick, but
Incredible.
I've really just dropped all the guards with this.
Yeah.
And just gone with the flow and the flavour.
Is that good?
Oh my
That's
God.
working for you?
What
That
about
is
the mash?
so good. The mash, I didn't try the mash.
And
Hold
Mum,
on.
if you're watching, can't wait, that burrata is going to be old news when you taste this salad.
Well, look, we're back in a couple
Yeah.
of weeks for the last of the autumn tour, but don't worry, we're back in January, kicking off on the 14th. And we're going to be visiting Korea and Korean street food in particular. Ryan, Korean street food. Have you saved the best till last?
I think it might be my favourite, but here now, the research that I've done towards that tells me that it could be my favourite. I have been out of my comfort zone with this, Charlie, Lottie. Korea is going to be on exactly the same level on a completely different part of the world. So, yeah, you
Right.
should get excited. If you haven't, do get involved, get booking, and I'd love to see you there.
Yeah, come and join us in a couple of weeks for Korean street food. And also a reminder, Christmas is coming. And we've got just the perfect gift for friends and family. And that, of course, is a gift voucher to a cook's tour with Rocket. So please go ahead, buy those vouchers from our website, www.acookstour.co.uk. And those vouchers can be sent to your friends, to your family. Perfect present for the new year. And they can join at any one of our 6 destinations that we start in January and running through until March. So if you're like me and you're thinking, what's going to be new and novel for Christmas this year, then look no further. Please go ahead and buy those vouchers. So that's it from us.
Amazing.
That's it.
Thank you, everyone at home, as ever, for joining us. And we look forward to seeing you in a couple of weeks' time.
Thank you, guys.
Goodbye.
Bye.